You're on.
Hi, I'm Wade Seiders from Forged in Fire, the championship round, and I finally got my blade back. This is a real treat because I'm the first one in season 4 to get the blade back if you're second place. And I'm just thrilled with that, and I've just received it, and I'm enjoying a morning coffee with Doug Markida. Actually, he's online, and I have the coffee with a pinch of the good stuff. Anyhow, I didn't get a lot of chance to inspect the blade, and I made some mistakes, and I get to view the damage. Looking at it right now, it's still functional, but it sure loosened it up. They just tore up my liners on this blade, and I forgot to do something on here. I noticed I forgot to grind down. I forgot to put a grind down on my blade to get it to touch, and that was a mistake of mine. It should suck right up there, but I didn't grind it down enough. I needed to grind it down a little bit more to get that lever. If I just put a little notch in there for that to rivet, it would rest on the end of the blade forward from the pen, and it just suck up. So that's something I gotta fix. I need to fix my bolstering in here because it loosened up a lot more. And I think Ben just put it to it. And it's wide enough to where it'll not line up. It will still lock. And this is very sharp. This Navaja, it did cut a deer in half, and it cut my finger too. So I'm looking at the blade, and it's still quite sharp, and I think it went through the bone here. It's just a little bit rough. And looks like I have a little bit in here, but boy, they're tearing it up. So it does still lock on my pen, but what's the liners and the wood loosened up. They were bonded and screwed, and it actually looks like it tore the heads off of the screws. So the screws didn't move, but some of the heads been popped off of those, and it popped up this Coca-Cola. That's what I have on there. It separated it here and down on the bottom part. So it's quite loose. I'm going to tighten that stuff up, and the blade looks pretty decent. I don't know if you can see the cable pattern. It's quite subtle. Obviously, you can see
Hold it still for a minute so
the
I can
main
see it.
pattern.
Okay.
And I enjoyed making this blade, but you know, when you're making a blade at home and you don't have a time restraint, you can tinker and fiddle with it and refine it, because this is basically, you're making prototypes is what you're doing. And anyhow, my spring held up good, and it still sits in here, and it wiggles a little bit more. I didn't have that wiggle in it. It kind of loosened that up. So I do have some work I am going to do to this one, refine it up. I am going to keep it as is. I'm not going to change anything on it. I'm just going to repair it to what it was originally like. And again, I'm very excited to get this blade, and I want to thank the folks at Forged in Fire, the producers, for allowing me to bring this blade back. I can't tell you how happy I was to be able to receive this blade. And I cut myself again, so I'm actually going to close this up and probably put some tape on it to safety it. This ring pops up, and that works. And it closes in. I'm real gingerly about this blade because you see it did chop a deer in half, and did chop a deer in half, and it was, that's what I made it to do. I made this thing to slice. I wanted the sharpest blade I could bring there, and that I did. I didn't make it to chop bamboo, but oh well. Had some setbacks. If I did what I originally planned, I might have had a better chance on the bamboo, but hey, I gave it my best try, and I'm glad I did it. And I congratulate Matthew. He did a bang-up job, and I think he should be getting his money if he hasn't got it by now. I'm glad to have the blade, so we're doing okay, and hopefully we'll all meet up again someday soon.